Hi, it's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead. Well, yesterday was Sabbath, so I went to church. After Sabbath school, during the church service, we always have a children's story where the kids will go up and listen to whoever is telling the story. Sometimes I tell it and sometimes other people do. Well, yesterday, one of the grandpas from our church, Robin, so Grandpa Robin, was telling the story about when he was a boy and he loved Jesus and he depended on him. And one thing that he always prayed about was for his grandpa, who had something wrong with his heart and had been told that he was not going to live very long at all. But he lived many years longer than they expected. But Robin prayed for him every day. Well, one day his grandpa decided that he would take him out on a fishing trip on the ocean. How exciting! Well, Robin was praying that nothing would happen to his grandpa on that day because he was only 11. He didn't know what he would do. But when they went out there, he said that the ocean was smooth and flat. There was no wind and there was no waves. It was almost like glass, and he could literally look down and see the fish. Now, back in those days, this was a long time ago, about, I think he said 45 years ago maybe, they didn't have all the stuff that you have on some of the boats now, where they have like a little, it looks kind of like a cell phone, where you can look and see where the fish are. You didn't have that. But one thing that he did have, his grandpa, was he had a radio, not a radio to listen to music, la, 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 not that type. The radio that if you needed help, you could call out. So that was a good thing to have. Well, they were out there fishing and catching fish like crazy. I can almost picture them. Fish on, fish on. I could just almost picture that. They were bringing in so many, and the day was going so good until all of a sudden it was not going good because they heard a sound. And that sound came when the engine stopped on their boat. Well, Grandpa tried to get it. His grandpa tried to get it going, but he could not get that engine going. And they were 30 miles out to sea in a little 22-foot boat. So his grandpa got on the radio, and it was like, SOS, SOS, we need help. This is last chance, 469-232. And they heard a lot of crackling sounds. But then finally somebody came on and they said, hello, are you sinking? He said, no, that's the name of our boat. It's last chance, 436-432. I'm not sure if I got those numbers right. He said, we are approximately 30 miles out from wherever they were from. We're not exactly sure where we are, but our engine has stopped and we cannot get back in. It's my grandson and me. We're out here. And they said, we're coming to look for you. That was good news. I'm assuming it was probably the Coast Guard that was coming to look for them. They are real heroes in my eyes. So they were waiting, but you know, the ocean is huge. And a 22-foot boat out in all of that ocean is pretty tiny. Kind of like finding a needle in a haystack. Well, while they were waiting, Robin and his grandpa began cleaning the fish. I don't mean giving them a bath. They were getting them ready so that they could be cooked at home or frozen, whatever they were going to do with them. And they were waiting and they were waiting, and I'm sure that they were watching. They didn't see anything. They didn't see anything for a long, long time. Finally, Robin saw a yellow flag way in the distance. And do you know what it was? It was the boat that was coming to their rescue. The one that I think was probably the Coast Guard. And that boat got closer and closer, and it was them. And they came and they got Robin and his grandpa. And I'm sure they towed their boat back to shore. So they were saved because they asked for help. I'm sure they prayed too. And you know, the Coast Guard that day makes me think about God and how God is so good to us. If we call out to him when we need help, and it doesn't have to be a big emergency like you're lost at sea. It could be, oh, Lord, help me to remember how to spell my spelling words, because the test is tomorrow. Or it could be, Lord, please give me a better attitude, because I don't want to do my chores today, but I know I'm supposed to obey my parents. Or it could be, Lord, I need a little job because I need to earn some money. There's something special I want to buy. Could be any of those things. It could be anything at all. And you can always ask God to come to your rescue to help you, and he will, because he loves you so much. Now, sometimes it happens right away. And sometimes you have to wait a while. But God is always with you, and he loves you, so he will be answering you. Well, it's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead. I hope you enjoyed Grampa Robin's story today. I want to pray blessings on you and yours, in your house, out of your house, in the day and the night, whatever you do, keep dreaming. And keep prayed. All right. Bye-bye.